So it has been a rather crazy week when it comes to leaks, specifically game development studios being hacked and having material stolen from them. Insomniac in particular has experienced what I would say is the worst leak and hack of this nature we have ever seen. Not only did their upcoming future plans and projects leak, but beyond that, for projects like Wolverine, beyond, concept art and clips and story details and, just about everything imaginable getting leaked. There was also a playable build that made its way to the internet, and people have already essentially taken that build and made it playable on PC. I even saw recently a report that it might even be playable on Xbox and stuff like that. The worst part is that personal information of employees got leaked. The hacker hinted that they had obtained personal information by releasing blurred out passports and stuff like that before they decided to release the, 1.6 some terabytes worth of files. Like when details about a video game leak, that really sucks, but at least that's just a product. In the case of personal information, we're dealing with real lives who are being endangered by having their private information and their personal details being made public. Like it's crazy what's going on right now with Insomniac, and I really feel for them. Now, every once in a while, we do find some justice on that front, and that's kind of what's happening with the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaker. You may recall that back in September 18th, 2022, a massive and unprecedented leak hit one of the most anticipated games. The leak happened in GTA forums. Somebody just straight up said, here's like 90 videos and clips of the game, and it was prototype footage of the title. This was long before we saw the trailer from earlier this year that has like over 150 million views now. So a lot of anticipation for the game still, but certainly that hack and that leak was very damaging. And that individual ended up being a teenager who was arrested and who was faced with 12 charges total, including 3 counts of blackmail, 2 counts of fraud, and 6 charges under the UK's Computer Misuse Act. This infamous hacker goes by the name Arian Kurtaj, and he's a member of the Lapsus hacking group that has also hacked other companies like Revolut, Uber, Nvidia, among others. It's been months since the teenager was apprehended, and now on December 21st, 2023, we got this BBC article that provides an update on what this whole situation has amounted to. And yeah, you read the headline right. GTA 6 hacker handed indefinite hospital order, meaning that as long as authorities and doctors continue to deem this individual a threat who probably won't stop endangering people through his nefarious actions via hacks, he might just stay at this hospital for as long as needed, which could be forever if this individual doesn't course correct. So more details about the hacker himself, Arian Kurtaj from Oxford, who has autism. He was a key member of the international gang Lapsus, an 18-year-old hacker who leaked clips of a forthcoming Grand Theft Auto game, Grand Theft Auto 6. Him and this group Lapsus is responsible for hacks against companies like Uber, Nvidia, Rockstar Games, even Microsoft. So yeah, they've done quite a bit of damage, and no doubt that they quickly rose through the ranks of top criminals in the cybersecurity space. But yeah, the reason that this individual is being confined to essentially hospital prison indefinitely is because, according to the judge, Kurtaj's skills and desire to commit cybercrime meant he remained a high risk to the public, so he will remain at a secure hospital for life unless doctors deem him no longer a danger. It doesn't help matters for Kurtaj that his autism has made him unfit to stand trial, and then beyond that, he's shown violent tendencies while in custody with dozens of reports of injury or property damage. And throughout the course of his trials, he's shown no semblance of empathy or regret or any semblance of trying to course correct himself and, use his smarts for good, or at least stop doing his nefarious actions. Apparently, he continued to express the intent to return to cybercrime as soon as possible. He is highly motivated, according to a mental health assessment. Just how motivated he is to commit cybercrime is especially showcased by the fact that the Rockstar hack happened apparently while he was in custody. So according to BBC's report, he was on bail for hacking Nvidia and BTEE and in police protection at a Travelodge hotel. And yet, despite being under these restrictive conditions, it's during this time that he carried out his most infamous hack. He had laptops confiscated from him. He had most electronics confiscated from him. All that was available to him was an Amazon Fire Stick, his hotel TV, and a mobile phone. And with these devices, he committed the breach against Rockstar that led to one of the greatest leaks in gaming history, with like 90 bits of clips and footage and files being leaked to the internet. This guy is basically like a supervillain at this point if he can do that much damage with just these devices. And the fact that he's not showing any signs of wanting to like stop engaging in criminal actions using his genius abilities, yeah, that is really dangerous. He is so smart and so committed to using those smarts to continue committing crimes that the judges and the hospitals are like, we can't let this kid out there in this condition. And that's why he's being essentially imprisoned in the hospital, or, you know, being ordered to stay in a hospital indefinitely until whenever it is deemed that this individual is going to calm down or stop committing his crimes using his abilities that unfortunately are going to all the wrong causes. But yeah, much like the Insomniac situation, this was very much ransomware, where this individual said, hey, give me money or contact me within a certain amount of time, or I'll be releasing not only just clips, but also the source code. This is the specific quote that the hacker left in the company's internal Slack messaging system. If Rockstar does not contact me on Telegram within 24 hours, I'll start releasing the source code. Though we did eventually learn that the source code bit was a lie, and the hacker did not actually have the source code. And so they were just lying about that as bait to convince Rockstar and Take-Two that this is a more serious threat than it actually was, after which he was rearrested. And now we're in this situation where authorities are like, we can't let him out. He's just too smart and too dangerous, and is just too morally not right in the head. Now, the hacker Kurtoch did have a defense team during sentence hearings, and apparently they try to argue that, hey, if you look at the GTA 6 trailer, still got tons of views, so clearly Kurtoch's hack didn't really deal that much damage to Take-Two and Rockstar, which I think is kind of a really lame excuse. I mean, it took manpower and money for Rockstar to still recover from this situation. Rockstar alone told the court that the hack cost it $5 million to recover from, plus thousands of hours of staff time to deal with this fire that they had to put out. On top of the fact that this situation extends beyond Rockstar. Kurtoch has hacked many companies, and the judge determined that there were real victims and real harm was caused from his other multiple hacks as well. So yeah, that defense really just completely falls apart. And then beyond Kurtoch, a younger individual, 17-year-old member of Lapsus, was also arrested, who helped with the infiltration of tech giants like Nvidia and all the other companies that they hacked, demanding ransoms in the range of like $4 million. And when they refused to pay that ransom, they just released that data. As far as this 17-year-old goes, beyond being arrested for the hacks, he also displayed a pattern of unpleasant and frightening stalking and harassment against two young women. So, ugh. And the crazy part about this particular group is that most of its members are apparently comprised of teenagers or very young adults. It's actually scary how capable such young people are, to the point where they're able to infiltrate corporations like Microsoft and almost get away with it. But fortunately, authorities are making headway. These arrests are the first members of the Lapsus group to be arrested, and from there, hopefully, they can continue making headway and bring this group down in its entirety. But until then, one of its key members, who was a significant player in the GTA 6 hack, has been completely locked down, kind of like freaking Magneto in the X-Men movies, where they got rid of anything metal and he was kept in this plastic cage, basically. It's basically the equivalent of that applied to this individual who is deprived of all electronics and access to the internet because he is too capable for him to be let loose, especially with the mentality of, I want to keep doing cybercrime. I want to continue doing what I've been doing. So, yeah, we'll see how long it'll take for them to either rehabilitate him, or maybe he'll just end up staying in hospital, prison indefinitely forever for the rest of his life if he doesn't change his ways. But this is kind of the situation surrounding this particular hack. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this 18-year-old hacker being locked down indefinitely at a hospital because he's deemed too dangerous. And just what are your general thoughts on these kinds of hacks just kind of becoming more widespread as cyber criminals continue to just, rise and continue to wreak havoc in that space? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.